Flushed face, he didn't marry her for love. Broken heart, he married her to destroy her world. The wedding was quiet. Too quiet. No smiles. No celebration. Just a signature. And a promise neither of them believed in. Lena Hayes stood still. Hands steady. Face calm. But inside, everything felt wrong. "You don't have to do this," she said quietly, not looking at him. A pause. Then, "I know," his voice. Low. Cold. Certain. She turned slowly, meeting his eyes. Cole Ryder. The man who had just become her husband, and the man who clearly didn't want to be. "Then why?" she asked. A real question. Not fear. Not anger. Just confusion. Cole didn't answer immediately. He watched her, like he was measuring something. "Because some things need to be settled," he said finally. That answer didn't make sense, but it didn't feel like a lie either. "This isn't how you settle things," she said softly. "For me, it is." Silence fell between them. Heavy. Uncomfortable. Because this wasn't a marriage. It was something else. Something colder. Lena took a slow breath, trying to stay steady. "You don't even know me," she said. Cole stepped closer. Not fast. Not aggressive. Just deliberate. "I know enough," he replied. That line carried something darker. Something personal. Her eyes narrowed slightly. "Then say it." A beat. "What is this really about?" A long pause. Then, "Your last name." That hit. Harder than anything else. Because now, she understood. "This isn't about me," she said quietly. "No," Cole replied. A pause. "But you're part of it." Silence again. "But now." It had meaning. "You married me to get to my family," she said. Not a question. Cole didn't deny it. Yes. That honesty. Cold. Sharp. But real. Lena looked away for a moment, processing it, understanding it. "You hate them," she said softly. A pause. Then, "I don't forget," he replied. That answer. Worse than hate. Because it meant this wasn't temporary. This was something he had been carrying for a long time. "And me?" she asked quietly. A beat. "What am I to you?" Cole looked at her. Longer this time. More focused. Part of the deal. That line should have hurt more. But instead, it made everything clear. Because now she knew this wasn't about love. Not even close. But something in his eyes. Something he wasn't saying. Didn't match his words. And that was dangerous. Because revenge was simple. But whatever this was, wasn't. Speech balloon, he married her for revenge. But do you think he'll regret it? Backhand index pointing right comment. Yes, flushed face, or no, smiling face with horns. Fire follow. The house was too quiet. Not peaceful. Just empty. Lena stood by the window, arms crossed, watching the land stretch endlessly outside. A place that didn't feel like hers. A life that wasn't hers either. "You're not going to unpack?" His voice again. Low. Always controlled. She didn't turn. Didn't know I was staying long enough to bother. A pause behind her. Then, "That's up to you." That answer caught her off guard. Finally, she turned, looking straight at him. "I thought everything here was already decided," she said. Cole leaned against the doorway, relaxed, but not careless. "Only the marriage," he replied. A beat. Not what you do with it. That was new, because until now, everything about him felt controlled, planned, cold. But this sounded like choice. Her choice. "You're not going to use me?" she asked bluntly. A flicker crossed his expression. Gone quickly. "I already did," he said. Honest. Too honest. Silence. Heavy. But different now. "Then what now?" she asked. Cole didn't answer immediately. He looked at her. Really looked this time. Like he was noticing things he hadn't before. "I don't know," he said finally. That answer was the first real thing he'd said. Because for the first time, he wasn't certain. And that changed everything. Lena stepped closer. Not afraid. Not backing away anymore. "You hate my family," she said quietly. A beat. "But you don't hate me." It wasn't a question. Cole's jaw tightened slightly. Because that was true. That doesn't change anything, he replied. Maybe it does. Silence. But sharper now. Because something was shifting. Something neither of them had planned. Why didn't you tell me? She asked suddenly. Tell you what? The truth, she said. A step closer. About why you married me. A pause. Then, because you wouldn't have agreed. That's the point, she replied. Their eyes locked. Tension building. You took my choice away, she added quietly. That line hit harder than anything else. Because this wasn't about revenge anymore. It was about her. Her voice. Her control. Cole straightened slightly. Not defensive, but aware. I didn't think it mattered, he said. It does, she replied instantly. Silence fell again. But now, it wasn't cold. It was real. Because for the first time, she wasn't just part of his plan. She was challenging it. And something about that made him see her differently. Not as a connection to his past, but as someone standing in front of him. Someone real. Someone he hadn't expected to care about. And that was the problem. Because revenge was simple. But this was getting complicated. The storm came fast. Wind tearing across the land. Thunder cracking through the sky. Lena stood at the door, watching it roll in. Like everything else in her life. Sudden. Uncontrolled. You shouldn't go out there, Cole said behind her. I'm not staying locked in your world, she replied. That line. Sharp. Honest. She stepped outside, anyway. Into the storm. Cole cursed under his breath. And followed. The rain hit hard. Cold. Relentless. Lena. She kept walking. Not running. Just refusing to stop. Stop, he said, catching up to her. Grabbing her arm. Not rough. But firm enough to make her turn. You don't get to control where I go, she said. Breath uneven. Eyes steady. That line hit him. Because he knew she was right. Slowly. He let go. I'm not trying to control you, he said. Then what are you doing? A pause. Then, trying not to lose you. That answer. Raw. Unexpected. Real. The storm raged around them. But for a moment, everything else went quiet. You never had me, she said softly. Cole stepped closer. Rain running down his face. No hesitation now. I want to, he said. Silence. Heavy. Not like this, she replied. That truth. Clear. Unavoidable. Then how, he asked. Lena held his gaze. No fear now. No confusion. With honesty, she said. A beat. With a choice. That word again. Choice. The one thing he had taken from her. Cole exhaled slowly. Like something inside him was finally breaking. I married you for revenge, he said. No hesitation. No excuses. I know. I used you. I know. A pause. Then, I was wrong. That line. Simple. But it changed everything. Because for the first time, he wasn't just admitting the truth. He was taking responsibility for it. The storm began to soften. Rain slowing. Wind fading. Lena stepped closer. Not because she had to, because she chose to. You don't get to fix this with words, she said quietly. I know. Then what? Cole looked at her. Steady. Certain. I give you the choice I took. Silence. But not heavy anymore. Free. You can leave, he continued. A beat. No deal. No reason to stay. That moment was everything. Because now, there was no control. No plan. Just truth. Lena looked at him. Really looked. Not the man who married her for revenge. But the man standing in front of her now. Honest. Uncertain. Real. You're letting me go, she said softly. Yes. A pause. Then, even if I don't want to, that honesty, that restraint, that choice, changed everything. Lena stepped closer, closing the space between them. I'm not staying because I have to, she said quietly. I know. I'm staying because. A small pause. I want to. That line. Everything. Cole didn't move for a second, like he didn't expect it. Then, slowly, he stepped closer too. No distance left. No barriers. Because this time, there was no revenge. No deal. Just choice. And somehow, that meant more than anything else. Speech balloon, did he deserve her after everything? Backhand index pointing right comment. Yes, red heart or no broken heart.